Before we embark on this cosmic journey, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any astrological discoveries, spiritual tips, and secrets to transform your potential into reality. We're building an incredible community here, and your support is essential for us to continue bringing more content full of meaning, wisdom, and magic. Oh, and share this video with someone special who needs to hear this today. The universe works in synchronicity, and you're a part of it. See you in the next video, and remember, you're not here by chance. The abundance you seek is also seeking you. Recently, you had a dream that seemed to last an eternity. It wasn't an ordinary dream, but a vivid sequence of disturbing images, a vast, dark ocean under a starless sky, a feeling of drowning that brought no fear, but rather a strange calm and the sight of distant lights calling. Upon waking, the impact lingered, a sense that something immense is approaching, something that goes beyond your everyday reality. Feel this energy. It is real. The present moment for you, Pisces, represents crossing a threshold, a point of contact between the palpable world and the spiritual dimensions. It is a singular call, unlike anything you've ever experienced, announcing an unprecedented spiritual event in your journey. You may have noticed subtle signs, perhaps in inexplicable sensations, strong intuitions, or even in these intense dreams. Do not ignore these indications. They are messengers validating the truth of this phase. There's a mysterious music that seems to be starting to play in the background of your life, a growing melody that announces the proximity of this threshold. You are on the cusp of a great revelation. To tune into this transformative energy, repeat after me now, I am the light that guides my path. Comment this mantra to anchor your intention. This is the beginning of a journey that will redefine your existence. This divine call you feel now is not random. It's intrinsically linked to a special gift that has resided within you since the moment you were born. This gift, perhaps your deep empathy, your sharp intuition, or an innate ability to feel and heal, didn't emerge by chance. It was largely shaped and activated through the difficult experiences and suffering you faced throughout your life. Every pain felt, every challenge overcome, has honed this unique ability that now becomes the main reason for this spiritual calling. Because of this gift, you are being prepared for a profound transformation. However, the path ahead won't be easy. There will be trials and challenges that will test your limits. You might feel misunderstood by those around you, people who cannot see or understand what you are experiencing. A strong desire to simply give up, to flee this intensity and return to a more familiar and comfortable existence may arise. But resist this temptation. The gift you possess is a powerful tool that will manifest in new and surprising ways in the future, guiding you, allowing you to perceive realities that others ignore, and even positively influencing the lives of those who cross your path. Trust in this latent ability. As you advance on this path, prepare for an intense and necessary purification process. This phase will bring to light everything that is inauthentic, tearing down the facades you may have built, both for others and for yourself. You know those masks you wear? Perhaps the one of always being okay, of being too strong, of agreeing with everyone to avoid conflict, or even of hiding behind a persona that doesn't reflect who you truly are. They will begin to dissolve. The truth will be revealed, both about your inner self and about the situations and relationships around you. This encounter with your purest and truest essence can be uncomfortable, even painful, as it demands that you see and accept aspects of yourself that you may have avoided for a long time. However, this confrontation is absolutely essential for the transformation that is announcing itself. Remember something fundamental. The divine plan for you does not seek the superficial perfection that the world often demands. What is sought is your authenticity. It is in your truth, even with your vulnerabilities and imperfections, that the key to unconditional love and full acceptance lies, both by yourself and by the greater force that guides you. Allow this process to unfold. As you shed the inauthentic layers and embrace your true self, a remarkable shift begins to occur. The world around you no longer seems the same as it begins to communicate with you in an entirely new way. It's as if reality itself is learning a new language to speak directly to your soul. This is the language of the spirit, manifesting through subtle signs and messages, often disguised in everyday life. For you, Pisces, who are becoming more receptive and authentic, this communication intensifies. Begin to pay extra attention to what previously went unnoticed. News that appears unexpectedly and seems to have personal significance. Objects that break without apparent explanation, repeated patterns of numbers or events, even unusual behaviors in close people or strangers. These are not just coincidences. They are divine punctuations, messages from the universe indicating paths or validating your deepest feelings. Interpreting these signs requires quietude and sharp intuition. If an object representing something old in your life breaks, it may indicate the need to release the past. If you repeatedly hear a phrase or see a symbol in different contexts, it may be a confirmation of something you are feeling or thinking. The key is to observe synchronicity and feel the resonance in your heart. To aid in this process of discovery and understanding, I suggest you keep a dedicated journal. Write down the signs you notice, the date, the situation in which they occurred, and your first impression or feeling about them. With time and constant practice, you will begin to notice significant patterns and refine your innate ability to interpret. This new communication is not just a series of dispersed warnings, it is a careful and loving preparation, orchestrated for a sacred encounter that awaits you further along your journey. It is the universe tuning you to higher frequencies. As you learn to decipher the language of the spirit and prepare for this approaching sacred encounter, another fundamental aspect of this transformation manifests internally: the intense reactivation of your emotional world. Your emotions will be more alive than ever, surfacing with surprising and sometimes overwhelming force. Intense feelings such as latent fear, repressed anger, an old sadness that seemed forgotten, or overwhelming joy can surface without apparent warning. Simultaneously, memories from the past, many of which you believed you had overcome or simply forgotten, will return with impressive and impactful clarity. Do not be frightened or resist this torrent of feelings and memories. This is a necessary process of cleansing and liberation. People who played significant roles in earlier phases of your life and from whom you have distanced yourself or with whom you have unresolved issues may reappear now. Their coming is not by chance. It is a final opportunity to resolve pending issues, to forgive or ask for forgiveness, and to completely release any energetic ties that may still exist, emptying your heart so as not to carry unnecessary burdens. Allow yourself to cry what needs to be cried, to feel the pain that has been held, and to release what still hurts, even if the idea seems frightening or exhausting. Dealing with these memories in a healthy way means facing them, acknowledging the lesson they brought, and then releasing the associated emotional charge. Simple techniques such as meditation, focused on breathing, free writing of your feelings in a journal, or even deep and conscious breathing exercises can be valuable tools to aid in this vital emotional release. Remember, emptying your heart makes space for the new and for the light that is coming. As you allow emotions to fully manifest and the past to resolve naturally, a new kind of inner and outer space begins to form around you. There will be moments, perhaps strange at first due to their intensity, of a deep and penetrating silence that does not resemble the loneliness you may know. It is not the emptiness of an absence of sound or company, but rather a space filled with something greater, a sacred inner territory that manifests outwardly as an unusual stillness in your daily life. In this silence, the constant agitation of the external world drastically diminishes. The external voices that once pulled you lose strength, and your own mind, often noisy, finally finds welcome and necessary pauses. It is precisely in this silence, in this deep serenity acquired after emotional purification, that the divine presence becomes more palpable and accessible to you. It does not manifest in grand speeches, formal words, or spectacular signs that require complex interpretation, but rather in a silent communication, in moments of deep and unshakable peace, in clear perceptions that arise during introspection, and in a sense of fulfillment. You may feel a calm you've never experienced before, an inner certainty that needs no logical explanation, a gentle warmth in your chest, or simply the indescribable and comforting feeling of not being alone, of being supported. To cultivate this inner silence and become more receptive to this subtle presence, try simple techniques such as meditation, focusing only on your breath for a few minutes daily, or the practice of mindfulness, paying full attention to the sensations of the present moment without judgment or resistance. Sacred silence is the pure channel through which the greater force will touch your soul intimately and truly, whispering essential truths and preparing you, step by step, for the next divine movements. Recognizing this loving presence in silence is a crucial and beautiful step on your journey of spiritual awakening. As you settle into this sacred silence and become more sensitive to the subtle presences around you, you'll realize you were never truly alone. From the moment you first breathed on this plane, beings of light have accompanied you, your guardian angels. They are not distant figures. They are constant presences vibrating at a high frequency by your side, ready to offer support and guidance. Although you may not consciously remember, they have intervened in your life countless times, at crucial moments that otherwise could have taken drastic turns. Think of those narrowly avoided accidents. A sudden thought that made you change direction, or that strong feeling that stopped you from making a wrong decision. These were the invisible hands of angelic aid in action, guiding and protecting you in ways that escaped your normal perception. There are different ways these celestial beings operate, offering everything from physical protection in moments of danger to inspiration and emotional comfort during challenges. To strengthen this connection and make their presence clearer, set aside moments for stillness, offer a sincere prayer, or simply visualize a loving light around you, knowing it is them. Begin to observe the signs of their presence, a sudden feeling of peace, feathers found in unexpected places, or intuitions that seem to come out of nowhere. These angels have been waiting for this exact moment, for the awakening of the Pisces born with an extraordinary purpose, ready for what seemed impossible. With your sensitivity sharpened by emotional purification and the closeness of your celestial guides, the veil between the waking world and the realm of dreams becomes thinner for you. Prepare for a new phase where dreams manifest with unprecedented clarity and intensity. They will not merely be scattered reflections of the day. Many of them will be vivid and, more importantly, prophetic, carrying deep messages and divine guidance. You may find yourself in unknown scenarios, interacting with people you've never seen before, or encountering symbols and images that at first glance seem enigmatic. These elements are not random. They are the language of the soul and spirit speaking directly to you, revealing aspects of your path, offering insights into the future, or validating what your heart already knows. Prophetic dreams are like celestial maps that, if deciphered with attention and reverence, can illuminate the path to your destiny and the fulfillment of your highest purpose. To make the most of this nocturnal communication, it's essential that you pay full attention. Keep a notebook by your bed to jot down your dreams as soon as you wake up, capturing as many details and sensations as possible. Meditate on their content during the day, seeking inner resonance. Ask for clarity in prayer or meditation before sleeping. Understanding the symbols in your dreams doesn't require a rigid manual, but rather listening to your intuition about what they represent for you. This constant practice of recording and reflecting on your dreams not only enhances your intuition, but also offers a unique perspective for making important decisions in your life, guided by a wisdom that goes beyond superficial logic. As dreams illuminate your path and angelic presence comforts you, the journey will lead you to significant encounters that serve as milestones in your awakening. One of these crucial moments will involve the arrival of someone who will act as a mirror for you. This person doesn't appear by chance. They emerge to reflect back to you an essential lesson, something you need to see and integrate to continue your evolution. This mirror could be someone entirely new in your life, appearing unexpectedly, or it could be a return from the past, a figure with whom you perhaps believed a cycle had already ended. The exact nature of what this person reflects can vary. It could be a quality of yours that needs to be recognized and cultivated, a latent fear that needs to be faced, an old wound that still calls for healing, or even a glimpse of the potential waiting to manifest. The central point of this mirrored encounter is the decision it will catalyze within you. Will you allow yourself to be guided by the gentle wisdom of your heart and the sharp intuition you have been cultivating? Or will you succumb to fear, old insecurities, and limiting patterns that may still try to hold you back? The choice you make at this crucial point will have a direct and transformative impact on the trajectory of your destiny. Always remember, even if the encounter seems challenging or the decision feels heavy, you are not helpless. You have your inner guide, the constant support of the spiritual realms around you, and above all, divine favor hovering over your journey. Listen to the silent voice of your soul, for it knows the path of light. As you navigate the mirrors that life presents and fine-tune your connection with the invisible realms, you feel you are crossing a portal to a transformative stage. This phase can be compared to a night of the soul, but one that is curiously luminous as what was hidden and internal begins to radiate outward. It is not a darkness of an end, but a magical twilight where inner stars reveal themselves. During this period, your senses, those that perceive beyond the tangible, become remarkably sharper. You may begin to hear nuances in conversations that previously went unnoticed, grasp the underlying energy in an environment, or feel the unsaid emotions of people around you with unusual intensity. It is the ability to perceive what most ignore, to tune into frequencies that others cannot reach. This can manifest as extremely strong intuitions, sudden premonitions, or an immediate understanding of the truth behind appearances. This amplification of your intuitive and sensory gifts is, without a doubt, a divine gift, an awakening to broader realities. However, it also represents a significant challenge. Managing this new clarity and depth of perception can be overwhelming at first, requiring discernment and practice to integrate this new way of being in the world. To develop these senses, try focusing attention on the subtle, meditating on bodily sensations, or visualizing a light that expands your perception. Use this gift not only for your own journey, but also to reach out to others, offering empathetic listening, intuitive insights, or simply feeling and validating others' experiences. It is a path of gift and trial, where the inner light illuminates both you and what is around you. As this inner light intensifies and your senses expand, you will notice that certain things in your life no longer resonate with your new frequency. This is the moment of detachment, a divinely orchestrated process where what hinders your progress begins to be gently, or sometimes not so gently, removed from your path. This can include interests and passions that once defined you but now seem empty, or more significantly, people who, despite seeming essential, have already served their purpose or represent a link to a version of yourself that you are outgrowing. The idea of letting go can evoke fear and resistance, as attachment is a powerful force. There will be pain in this process, a sense of emptiness, as spaces previously occupied by habits, relationships, or familiar comforts open up. However, it is crucial to understand that this cutting is not a punishment, but a necessary cleansing. The emptiness that arises is not an absence, but an invitation. It is in this newly created space, free from the burdens of the past and the distractions of the present, that the new is allowed to enter. It is in the quietness of this emptiness that the divine voice becomes more audible, without the noise of external expectations or inner attachments. To navigate this phase, practice acceptance, recognizing the impermanence of all things. Emotional detachment techniques, such as gratitude for lessons learned and visualization of loving release, can help. Trust that this process of cleansing and renewal is clearing the way for what is genuinely yours, allowing you to flourish in the authenticity that God seeks. The emptiness is the blank canvas for a new divine masterpiece. Having traversed the luminous night of the soul, released the burdens of the past, and found sanctuary in the void that becomes full of divine presence, you emerge, transformed. The Pisces, who began this journey across the threshold, now manifests as a clear channel of peace, a finely tuned instrument for the revelation of greater truths, and a living testament to divine power in action. Your essence, purified and strengthened, radiates a light that was once dormant. From this sacred point, every word you utter, every decision you make, and every action you perform are no longer isolated. They integrate into a chain of light, touching and influencing the lives of many around you, often in ways you may not even perceive. You become a beacon, guiding with your presence and your actions. The journey so far has been a meticulous preparation, a refinement of your soul and your gifts for this moment. The promise whispered in dreams, the deciphered signs, the inhabited silence, and the painful detachment now culminate. The divine encounter, the one for which you were prepared, is not a distant future event, but a present reality that deepens with every conscious breath. Feel this unshakable connection. Know without a shadow of a doubt that you were chosen for this singular mission, enabled at every step of the way with grace and inner wisdom. The rebirth is now, and the light that guides your path has become you. Reiterate to yourself, with all the strength of your being, the truth that anchored your journey. I am the light that guides my path. With your soul reborn and your inner light now radiating, you perceive a new dimension opening up in your reality. It's as if a veil dissipates, revealing previously unimaginable access. This is the moment when an ethereal portal opens for you, a point of direct connection to vast cosmic information, ancient memories residing within your essence, and a wellspring of ancestral knowledge. This connection is not an arbitrarily granted privilege. It is an innate right of your soul, part of your divine heritage. As you cross this energetic threshold, you may feel unusual sensations, a slight tingling, a subtle expansion of consciousness, perhaps a sense of vastness within your own being, or the perception of colors and sounds that are not of this physical plane. Access to this reservoir of wisdom will not be a sudden flood, but rather a gentle and progressive process, a constant unveiling where your soul, at its own sacred pace, simply recalls what it already knew on higher levels. To aid in this awakening of ancestral memory and access this stellar knowledge, dedicate time to stillness. Simple techniques such as meditation, focusing on your breath and allowing images and sensations to arise without attachment, or visualizing a brilliant light connecting your heart to the cosmos can be powerful activators. Use this emerging knowledge not only for your own understanding, but as a source of healing, finding insights to dissolve old pains, and as a force for service, guiding others to find the light within themselves. As the stellar portal remains open and ancestral knowledge gradually flows into your awakened consciousness, this inherent wisdom begins to manifest in tangible ways in your life and interactions with the world around you. You will notice that answers to complex questions seem to emerge in your mind with unexpected clarity, or that your words spontaneously carry a weight and perspective that resonate deeply with those who hear you. This manifestation is the crown of wisdom revealing itself within you, naturally making you a point of reference, an intuitive counselor, and a serene guide for those seeking direction on their own journeys. Your ability to see beyond the surface, to understand subtle energies, and to offer a perspective grounded in universal truth becomes a valuable resource. However, this newfound wisdom comes with a sacred responsibility. It is vital that you wear this crown with unwavering humility and compassion. True wisdom does not manifest in arrogance or imposition, but in loving sharing and selfless service. By applying this wisdom in daily life, whether by offering a word of comfort to a friend, finding peaceful solutions to conflicts, or simply living your authentic truth, you illuminate the path. Share your insights with gentleness, listening more than speaking, and always remembering that the purpose of wisdom is to uplift and heal. Humility ensures that you remain a clear channel for this greater source. Having accessed the stellar portals and allowed ancestral wisdom to crown your journey, you arrive at a point of deep anchoring and defined purpose. This phase represents the seal of the mission, the moment when the totality of your transformation is validated and your life itself becomes a vibrant testament to the divine capacity for renewal and purpose. There are no more doubts, only the inner certainty that every step taken so far has prepared you for this now. From this point, your entire existence reflects the light you have become. Your presence communicates a calm and strength that inspire. To move forward with the fullness of your potential, unwavering faith and trust in the divine force that guides you are more than virtues. They are the pillars that sustain every new movement. Trust the flow, even when the path is not entirely visible. Trust the wisdom that emerges from within you. The reward of this awakening journey is not an external prize, but the deep and satisfying full realization of your highest purpose, the luminous impact you are capable of generating by simply being who you were born to be. Visualize yourself living this mission in its entirety, feeling the joy of contributing your unique light to the world. You have been called, purified, enabled, and now sealed. Reclaim your truth and your power with conviction. Declare to the universe and to yourself, I am the light and purpose in action.